All right, well, welcome to our webinar this evening with some admissions updates and highlights, things to point out and remember for the admissions process for this spring. We're also going to spend some time tonight talking through our business programs with the Plaster College of Business. We've got the Dean, Dr. Troy Bethards, with us tonight to walk through some of those. So excited to do that. And this is part of a series that we'll be doing that I'll talk about in just a minute, but I should introduce myself before I get going. I think that's the next slide. My name is Brandt Merritt. I'm the Vice President of Enrollment and Marketing here at SBU. Joining me tonight are Natalie Goatley, our Director of Undergraduate Admissions, and Dr. Bethards that I mentioned earlier. They'll both kind of jump in throughout the webinar and either correct things that I get wrong or share exciting things from their area. I don't want to spend a ton of time on admissions. I want to give Dr. Bethards more time at the end to highlight our business programs, but just a few things to be aware of that I think are being important for families as they're getting ready for next fall that we'll talk about after I mention our amazing social media accounts. If you're not already following SBU on any of these, in addition to TikTok, which is not on there yet, we shared a lot of information throughout the week and throughout the months. Sometimes related to admissions, sometimes campus life, but it's a great way to stay connected with SBU. So if you're not already following us, that's our handle there on the bottom at SBU NIB. And we would love to have you check us out on there. Okay, admissions updates. I'm going to go through these fairly quick. We do have financial aid award letters available. So if you are a senior preparing for the fall 2026 semester and you have been admitted, you have an award package that you can view, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. And your FAFSA being submitted is another key part of us building your award package, and that allows us to show all your need-based aid, all your SBU scholarships, and then your financial aid counselor, which is actually your admissions counselor. I stumbled over that one. Your admissions counselor should have reached out to you if you're admitted to go through a financial aid FAQ or a questionnaire. And this is to go through all the different kinds of aid that SBU offers and see if we can match it with something you're involved in or something within your family. Like if you have a parent who's in ministry or a missionary, we have scholarships for that. If your church is contributing dollars to your college education, we go through a whole questionnaire to match those things up and make sure you have the most competitive award package possible. So those award letters and award packages are available if you've been admitted, but these are all things that we need to give you the best aid possible. The way to get in there and look at that, we are sending out hard copies. So if you've not received one yet, it's likely because we've just received your FAFSA. There is about a 2-week delay from when FAFSAs are submitted by families to the Department of Education to when we get them in our system. So there is sometimes a delay, but if we've got your FAFSA and we've done an FAQ and you've been admitted, then your award package physical copy should be in the mail, but you can always view it on your portal. So the MyBearcat portal, students, even incoming students, can access this. It's not just for current students. And your first step is to click on that MyBearcat link on the top of our homepage. And this takes you to our Bearcat portal. It's what it looks like when you get in there. And there is a whole section there at the top that says financial aid billing. You click on that menu, that will drop down. And the very last option says accept financial aid. That is actually where you have to go in and look at all the aid available to you and you say, yes, I want it. No, I don't. So that's why it's labeled accept financial aid, but that's where you can see your award package. And you'll get to a page in self-service that looks at the bottom there with it says a checklist, and it will let you know what steps you need to take within your award package. Another piece that you'll notice when you get in there is there's an option to add outside scholarships. So your award package starts with SBU awards, so your academic merit grant, residency grant, if you have an athletic scholarship or a music scholarship, those all appear on there. We're required to show loans. So if you're eligible for federal loans, if you're receiving a Pell Grant, we have to show loans on that award package. We're not trying to trick you into taking out loans, but we are required to show what you're eligible to receive. But another thing that we do have a way for you to add are outside scholarships. So Natalie is going to walk through the outside scholarship piece because it's something she's very passionate about, of helping students connect to more scholarship dollars. So Natalie, if you can walk through that piece.
Sure, absolutely. If you haven't started applying for outside scholarships, now is really the time. A lot of outside scholarship deadlines happen in March and April. So you haven't missed everything. There are still outside scholarships to apply for. So we encourage students to do that. If you've been awarded an outside scholarship and it is written directly to you, then you actually don't need to do this step. So sometimes students receive outside scholarships and it's within the terms of that scholarship for them to use it for other expenses like a laptop or supplies for, getting ready to go to college. And so if that's the case, then that can go directly to you. And then there are some organizations that will actually make out the scholarship to Southwest Baptist University, or they will put your name and Southwest Baptist University. And so if that's the case, then you do want to report that outside scholarship, and these are the steps to do that. So it's also within your MyBearcat portal on your financial aid checklist, and you can navigate to the top, hover over financial aid, and then select report outside awards. And then once you've done that, then you can list the name of that outside scholarship and the amount. And that lets our financial aid office add that scholarship to your account. And it also lets us know that we're expecting to receive that from you. So it gives us a nice heads up. It won't actually be applied to your account until the funds from that scholarship has been received. But it gets it on your financial aid package as a student aid outside source. That's how it'll pop up on your financial aid package. And so then you can get a better sense of what your total cost would be once all of your scholarships have been applied.
Awesome. Thank you, Natalie. Highly recommended. That I was actually talking to a student who was visiting campus today, and he was lamenting the fact that it felt like a full-time job, all the scholarships he was having to apply for. But I was trying to encourage him that, hey, kind of is a full-time job, and it can actually pay off quite a bit like a full-time job can. So gave him some encouragement for taking the time to do that, and really would encourage everyone to spend some time searching, talking to your counselors at your school, families, friends that just may hear of scholarships. Great way to help offset the cost. Couple just quick things to note for next steps. If you are admitted for this fall, the fall 2026 class, we've talked about financial aid. Make sure you're reviewing your award package online and then getting a call with your admissions counselor to walk through and make sure if there's any questions you have or you feel like something's missing. That's where we try to address that and make sure that your award package is accurate. If everything looks good on your end and you are ready to move to the next step, that is the deposit stage. So we have a $200 enrollment deposit. It's not an extra fee, it goes towards your account and your tuition for the fall. So that $200 deposit unlocks the next things for you, which is the student onboarding form and the housing application. So the onboarding form has many things to fill out. It's streamlined, so it's hopefully not too overwhelming, but there are a lot of things that we're collecting on there, including talking through FERPA, talking through things we need to get your first schedule built that you'll receive at orientation. And then the housing application is what it is. It's collecting all the information that the residence life team needs to get your housing assignment settled. So if you know a friend that you're coming and planning to room with, that's the place to put that on there. If you don't, lots of questions that they ask to help match you with someone who will be a great fit for your roommate for the fall. So those are next steps throughout the rest of the spring. Reminder, these are our amazing admissions counselors that are assigned to help you through this whole process. So check the region where you're from and check the face and the name. If you have questions or not quite sure how to reach your admissions counselor, the email address, phone number at the bottom, go to our Office of Admissions and we can make sure we connect you with the right person on there. Their contact information is also on that website that's linked there as well. Okay, is that the next thing is just visit events, I think. We do have one more big visit event this spring, March 27th and 28th is our overnight Bearcat Days. If you're planning to come for the fall, this is an amazing opportunity to spend the night with current students, have a great time. There's always fun games and activities, and I feel like they surprise us every year, the current students do, with how they want to entertain incoming students. So it's always a lot of fun and different than other visit events that you've come to. And as always, you can schedule a personal visit Monday through Saturday and at a campus tour, meet with faculty, and get a better sense of SBU. So I think that's all on the admissions side. Talked about campus. You can watch chapel. Those are all good things. All right, without further ado, Dr. Troy Bethards, I mentioned faculty are part of what you can do when you come to a visit. And we wanted to schedule these webinars. We're going to do one at least every 2 weeks and have different faculty from across campus available to give some information about their area and available to answer any questions. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we're recording this so that we can share with anyone who's maybe not able to make the recording, but we wanted to make sure that as many students as possible had a chance to hear from our faculty who are experts in their fields and amazing Christ-centered leaders who want to pour into your life and help you achieve your dreams. So with that intro, Dr. Bethards, hopefully I didn't puff you up too much of what your role here at SBU is, but if you could give a little introduction of who you are and what you do, and then I know you have some slides prepared about business.
Sure. All right. Thank you, Brandt. My name is Troy Bethards. I serve as the Dean for the Robert W. Plaster College of Business here at SBU. I also get to work with our worldwide campus as well. I have been here now as a faculty member for 25 years. So I've had quite a history at SBU and can give you a pretty good picture of what things are like here. Excuse me, at SBU. It's one of the things that is a passion of mine is being here. I wish we had a little more time because I've got so many things I could tell you, but in light of time, I want to focus on 3 things. So if I'm sitting where you are and I'm looking at SBU and thinking this might be a good fit for me, particularly looking at the area of the College of Business, I'd want to know that the culture here at SBU is something that's distinct. It's something that's unique. It's going to be hard for me to explain. It's far easier for you to experience, but once you experience it, I assure you, you're going to see that it is different. So the culture at SBU is different, but even within the college, it's certainly something that stands out among other institutions of higher education. This is going to be a situation where you're going to come to a campus and we're going to ask a lot of you as you pursue your academic pursuit, but we're going to walk right along beside you. So our main objective, our primary objective, once you become a Bearcat, is to see you walk across that stage and graduate and get that degree. So while I said we are going to ask a lot of you, we're going to do that in conjunction with your interests and making sure you achieve your academic goal. You will get to know your faculty, and I assure you your faculty are going to get to know you. That's a part of what makes that culture unique. And not only will we know you, we're really going to get to know who you are as an individual and be able to speak into you and help you as you navigate through your academic experience, and then as you begin to look at leaving SBU upon graduation and where you're going to go and the things that you're going to do. We understand as we engage with students what their weaknesses are, what their strengths are, what they bring to the table, and how they can impact those organizations that they're going to go work with. And so we share that pretty openly and honestly with the students, and it is pretty beneficial as they embark beyond SBU. So that culture, again, it's hard for me to explain, but I can assure you that it's a unique, strong asset for SBU. Another component I want to talk about is the academic quality. We do aspire to have strong programs, and many of you have probably taken the ACT test. And as fun as that was for you to go through and experience, we ask our seniors to do something like that when they're here. In terms of measuring academic quality, we have a number of different ways to make sure we're providing what we need to for our students. But one of those ways is to turn to an outside agency and ask them to evaluate how are our students doing compared to those that are graduating from other universities around this country. And the organization that we use to do this is the same organization that actually puts together that ACT test. And so there are over 700 other institutions from around this country that participate in this. So a whole lot of students that are graduating take this test. And as you can imagine, any university is going to desire to be in the top half of, they want their students in the top half of those that are taking this test, because then they're going to feel like they've succeeded in delivering the content and the students learning the content that they were hoping that they were going to obtain. Our desire and our goal is that we hit the top 30% in the nation. And in actuality, when we track this over a long period of time, we average around the top 20%. So while we have a threshold of hitting the top 30%, we do exceed that on a pretty consistent basis. So I'm letting you know that you're going to walk away with a stellar academic experience. But again, this is one of those things where you're not going to do it on your own. We're going to be there to support you and encourage you along the way. And if there's help that's needed, you will have that help from your faculty members. We don't have students that we've hired to serve as teaching assistants. You're going to engage with your faculty members that are in the classroom teaching you. All of my students have my cell number, and when they have questions, they will text me or they'll call me. That's just the type of environment that we have here. So know that you're going to have a program of high academic quality and a culture that's going to be very supportive of that. And the other thing that I really want to communicate to you is we're a Christian university. We're a Christian institution. And you're going to see that in the environment that exists here on campus as you're outside of the classroom, but you're also going to see that in the classroom. The curriculum it's infused with the Christian perspective because it's a part of who we are. Every faculty member that works here at SBU is a professing Christian. They're living out the Christian faith, and you're going to see that come through in the curriculum that we teach. So you're getting a fuller, richer experience, and quite honestly, it gives us more academic freedom than most institutions get to pursue. So it's a top quality program with a strong culture from a Christian perspective. Those are the things that I would tell you that you're going to see in the College of Business. As we look into the different programs that are available for undergraduate students, you're going to be able to pursue degrees in accounting. You can pursue a degree in management, it's business management. We've got finance and economics as a major. We've got marketing. We've even got digital marketing as a major in and of itself, and then global business. So there's a lot of opportunities for different undergraduate programs. I will let you know, as you are pursuing a degree here at SBU, one of the things that does make us pretty unique is that a student can actually start working on a master's degree while they're finishing their bachelor's degree. It looks an awful lot like it does when you take dual credit in high school. So I know many of you have probably taken dual credit in high school, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. When you get into your junior and your senior years here at SBU, we'll give you an opportunity to start taking some MBA courses if that's the direction you want to go. And you can complete up to 4 of those while you're completing your undergraduate degree, and they will count for both. So it will be a dual credit type of situation, just like you see in high school. The wonderful thing about something like that is an MBA program is 36 hours. And if you can take 12 of those hours while you're an undergraduate student, then in essence, you've got a third of your program of your MBA completed before you ever graduate with your bachelor's degree, and it didn't cost you anything to do it. So I really encourage you to consider that. You don't have to go right on into the MBA and complete it. You certainly can. We have a 5-year plan that we can get you through with your bachelor's and your master's degree in 5 years. But if you wanted to take some of those dual credit courses and then come back and do it a few years later, you can do that. All of these programs that we have that in our master's level are all offered online. So you'd be able to do that from anywhere you were located. The various programs that we have for our master's students in business, certainly going to be the MBA. So Natalie, if you'll go ahead and move our slide over to the next There we go. We've got the MBA, and we've got 8 different concentrations within that MBA. You can pursue data analytics. You can pursue health administration, leadership, management, marketing, sports administration, ministry leadership, or nonprofit management. We got a lot of options under the MBA for you to pursue. Again, you could get started on this when you're working on your bachelor's degree. I encourage you guys to consider that. We also, under the graduate business umbrella, we have a master's degree in organizational leadership. And if someone pursues that, they can pursue ministry leadership or nonprofit management as a concentration under that. And if someone had an interest in moving more into the sports realm, you could pursue a master's in sports administration, pursuing ministry leadership or nonprofit management. So those are the graduate programs that feed right from our bachelor's program. Again, another opportunity for you to engage here at SBU and capitalize on that. I would love to talk with anybody that has questions, so please feel free to reach out, and I'd be glad to engage any questions that you guys might have. I do talk with students either on the phone or through email, so you're certainly welcome to do that. But if anybody has any questions now, I'll be glad to take them.
I have one I was thinking of, Dr. Bethards, while you were talking.
Sure.
You've shared at some previous visit events sort of what that faith infusion in the classroom looks like. So there's 2 things that came to mind. I was wondering if you would be able to expound on those that I just thought were really important. One is the Psalm 15 initiative that you all have throughout the college and how that gets infused. But then kind of connected with that, you had a really cool story one time about within economics, connecting scarcity and abundance, from like a biblical perspective within that discipline of economics. So that probably ties into Psalm 15 a little bit, but could you talk about those both individually?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. So Psalm 15 is the chapter from the book of Psalms that we focused on, and we looked at the character traits that are found in that psalm. It's a short psalm, and there are 8 character traits that are identified there that God states that these are qualities that he sees in those who seek after him. And we've established those as being the values of our college. In fact, tomorrow we will actually have a Psalm 15 lecture. So each year we invite someone who's practicing out in the field to come to campus and talk to our students and share, this is how these values are playing out in the role that I serve as I work in industry. Okay, so you're going to see that these values get carried through the curriculum. We highlight them, we promote them, and we even have this speaker series associated with that. As an example of a way that you see the Christian faith infused in the curriculum, I'm privileged to get to teach an economics course. And when I teach this economics course, one of the things that we do fairly early on is we talk about why economics, why are we studying this class? What is economics? But as we get into the why, one of the things that economics deals with is the issue of scarcity that Brandt indicated earlier. And scarcity is simply us not having enough wants and needs met. We've got far more wants and needs than we're ever going to be able to satisfy. Right. And that's how we define scarcity. And so when we look back at why are we dealing with this issue of scarcity? Because economics is trying to overcome scarcity. Well, economics is never going to be able to overcome that. Part of the reason why that is the case is because, or I won't say part of the reason that is the case is because sin has entered into this world. So prior to sin entering into this world, we all wants and desires were being met. The resources that God has provided, there are 4 different resource groups, but every one of those resources was adversely impacted by sin and scarred by sin. And then the wants and desires of people certainly were altered and changed. And we're sinful people. We have a sinful nature. And those 2 factors cause us to live in a state of scarcity. So while economics is trying to overcome that, we will never fully overcome that. So when people ask, why do we study economics? We get to talk about the why, and not every institution gets to do that.
Yeah, I thought that was just really powerful the first time I heard you share it, and think it's useful for people to think, what does a Christian worldview in business in a classroom look like, and that's just a great example.
Sure. Yeah.
One other thing I was thinking of, just on the 4+1 piece, just clarifying for people who are watching, the MBA is the 4+1 pathway. When it comes to the Masters of Organizational Leadership or the Master of Sports Administration, there's not currently a 4+1 pathway for those at the moment. It's just connected to the MBA at the moment, or is it available in those two as well?
Well, we're working on that. So
Okay.
within the next year, that should be available. That's our pursuit right now.
Great.
Yeah.
So a student coming this fall would be able to take advantage of that.
That's exactly right.
You'll have it right.
That's our intent. Yep.
Very cool. Okay. Well, I don't know that we've got any other questions in here. Natalie, anything you're thinking of or reminders you want to put out there?
No, I think that was great. Thank you, Dr. Bethards. And I really enjoyed you speaking to the culture just being different, that you really challenge your students, but you're accessible to your students. And when I was a student at SBU, that's what I found. I definitely found that I was challenged in my academic program, but I could also pop in my professor's office and ask questions when I needed to, which was really great. So I think you spoke to just the culture and dynamic of being challenged, but really truly being cared for and supported on campus.
Well, good. It's hard to communicate, but it's there and it's real.
Yeah, we say all the time in our preview days, or anytime someone comes on campus and we talk about our mission statement, Christ-centered, caring, academic community, and we really spend time leaning into that caring piece when we talk about it. It's not just a award and a mission statement, which we think we're one of the only, if not the only, university that has it explicitly in the mission statement, but it plays out in those day-to-day relationships and interactions that you and other students have, or you and other faculty have with our students. So really appreciate all the great work that you do. Yeah, just again, reminders to be in touch with your admissions counselor for fall 2026, going through your award package. If you've not seen an award package yet, great talking point to reach out. There hopefully would be a message from your admissions counselor to go through FAQs or get that review of your package scheduled. So that's really what a lot of our staff is working on at the moment, is getting those awards in your hands and helping you make decisions for this fall. Pay attention to the visit events, and we'll have other announcements coming out for future webinars that we plan to do every couple weeks. And if you've not been to campus yet, there's still plenty of time. So come either at Bearcat Days, March 27th to 28th, or on a regular visit event throughout the week. And we'd love to host you, take you to lunch, and get you to meet amazing people on campus like Dr. Bethards. So I appreciate everyone joining us tonight, or those who watch the recording, and we will see you for the next one in a couple of weeks.